What's up, YouTube? This is the Two Big Bros with another review. We're gonna give you our thoughts on the new Avatar movie. Um, I think the Way of the Water, or just Avatar
Some
2. You know, the blue people?
diddly-boo things like that. Yeah, it's not the awesome Avatar with, the wind people and the earth people.
Well,
and
I don't
all
know. I don't know. Are they trying to go that way because they were in the trees, right? And the wind, the air, because they flew around in the birds, right? And in this one, they're in the water and flying around with dolphins. So are they trying to do the wind and the air?
No, because if you look, there's still a mesh of the Halo stuff. It's like they ripped off all the Halo equipment, just like in the first one.
Okay, so anyways, backstory. First one came out in 2009. It was it was one of the most biggest movies made. It was made with like $1 million.
More than that.
Or yes, or
Way more than that.
they brought in $2.8 billion.
Yeah, because people like to watch crap.
So anyways, back then, in 2009, when the first one came out, there was no streaming, and it was wasn't the movie, it just came out with the new 3D.
Yes, that is correct. It
Yeah,
came out
so-
when they had the new 3D
Yeah, so it was
promo as well.
So that was the two catches. But now, 20 years later, 2009,
It's
Like
2022.
19 years, no, 10 years. The fuck, do the math, man. What is that? 2009. 10 years.
No, 11 or 12 years later.
Yeah, now they're streaming, because they take all the things from the box office, right? When they do the profits.
Yeah, it's box office money.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you know the director, he's a cool director. He did all the Terminators and stuff. He directed like 10 movies in his career, and at least 7 of them made it, big. But also, he's because he made so much money, he's making 2, 3, 4, and 5 all at the same time.
Ridiculous.
So will that hinder him? Like, cannot concentrate on one, yeah?
No, it's just like how they filmed some of the Marvel movies. You film a couple scenes here to going to the next one that attaches to answer the question to what you showed in the first one. Because a regular movie, you don't film it in a linear fashion. You film different scenes, and then the editing guy just puts it together.
Okay,
So-
well, back to the Avatar movie.
Yeah, we are talking about the Avatar movie.
Yeah, but you're talking about Marvel and...
No, I said like how they filmed the Marvel movies. But like I said, any movie, they don't shoot it in a linear fashion.
Anyways, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, you just said because they
How do
filmed
you
the
think?
other movies at
How
the
do
same
you
time.
think the number 2 is gonna be as popular as the first one?
It might be due to the fact that we're just coming out of the pandemic.
Mind you, he's spending $1 billion on this movie.
Let me finish.
$1 billion.
Yeah, he probably threw money down a crap hole. Because those movies, honestly, ain't worth it. And the way the first movie was, it was all hype. Like, it was all special effects, hardly any really good storyline, if at any. And then they used, because it was a sci-fi movie, they did 2 things. They took one of the biggest sci-fi stars, Sigourney Weaver, and put her in the movie to get those sci-fi people in on it and think it was a good property to watch. And then when you see it, all the stuff that has to do with like the humans, they just stole all that from Halo. You look at the helicopters, those are the Hawks from Halo. You look at the big machine they had, the flying like fortress thing. Yeah, that's a Vulture from Halo. Even the robots that are walking around, those are the big giant robots with the guns. Those look just like the ones from Halo. So they took all these properties from Halo, put it on there because they have to computerize it and computer generate it. And it's like, ooh, awesome. And you already have the maps from video games, so why not take it? To me, it was a lazily put together movie and only for show to show the graphics. There was really
get out of my
awesome
side. Stay over here.
What are you talking about? I'm not in
You're
your
all
thing.
like covering my fucking face.
Oh, sorry. But anyway. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think these new movies are going to be any different. They're just going to roll out whatever new technology they have to go, ooh, look at this CG gobbledygook.
I'm thinking as a movie, not as a nerd. I think if he could do what he did in 2009 with what he had, I'm kind of excited to see what newer effects and stuff he can do in 2000. Probably they made it in 2020 or 2021, right?
Yeah, most likely, because they probably started filming it probably before the pandemic, because most of the movies that are being released now were filmed and completed before the pandemic and the shutdown.
Right.
And that's what I think is going to give them the traction, because there's a lot of movies that still haven't been released. They're still leery about releasing certain movies, and being that the biggest theater chain reopen all their theaters, that's going to get the movie traction, because everybody wants to go out to the movies because, supposedly the pandemic is over, and that's going to be a supposedly blockbuster movie, and it's trading off of whatever people thought of it previously from the first one. And as we all know, not necessarily the second movie in a chain of movies is as good as the first one.
Yeah.
But to me, the first one wasn't good anyway.
I think people forgot already. Like, there's so much Marvel. There's about 4 Marvel movies that come out a year. And yes. I think they don't have, like, Avatar doesn't have a big enough hook to keep the audience like, oh shit, it's number 2. You know what I mean? I think it's just gonna be, and plus 2, they said that the movie is so long, it's not gonna seem like it's a sequel. It's gonna feel like it's just another
whole other movie. Yeah, because they're gonna make it extra long and add a bunch of other cinema. If you look at the promo, right, everything that's traded in the promo isn't like how most normal promos is. You can kind of see what the linear story kind of sort of is going to be, or what it's about. In these trailers, they trade on the fact that it's just awesome CG cinemas.
Yeah.
You hardly know really what's the story behind it. What is kind of going on?
Well, I'm sure it's supposed to come out in December of 2022. I'm sure they're going to have more in-depth trailers.
Yeah, because it's the first trailer.
Yeah.
And normally the first trailer is a little leery, but even then, most first trailers try and let you know what the storyline is going to be. Because, I guess it's a sign of the times, and you can call me a quote-unquote boomer because I think this, but, nowadays people care more about giant explosions and random acts of violence in the movie than they do an actual storyline that makes sense, and you can put it together and go, okay, that's cool, instead of all of a sudden, oh, this happened, but then magically this person can do this without any previous experience, without any sort of training. Blam. Magical.
Okay, so anyways, for me, this is our final thoughts. For me, I liked the first one. I liked the visual effects and the the scene, like the environment. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I like that. The storyline kind of was weak to me. I like that who's that Mexican chick? Rodriguez.
Oh, Rodriguez, yeah, Michelle
I like
Rodriguez.
that she was in it. And all in all, I hope the second one is good, but I'll probably just wait until it comes on one of my apps to watch it.
Nowadays it only takes like a week at the theaters, the movies in the theater for like a week, and then the movies on all the other streaming services.
Right. Or
So,
you can find apps that release it earlier, but anyways, your final thoughts? You think it's going to be good?
I think to people who care about linear stories that make sense and not being preached to about, things, this movie's gonna not be their thing, and it's just gonna be an amazing bunch of computer generated backstories, computer generated characters, explosions, and random violence.
Alright, you think they're still gonna get the Indian hate?
Probably, because the whole story behind the Nabi is kind of based on the whole Indian indigenous people thing.
Alright, well, best of luck to that director. He's pretty much doing it all himself, I heard.
Yeah, well, he can. I mean, he decided to pay for a submarine to go down the Mariana Trench.
Oh, okay. Anyways, it's been the Two Big Bros on another review. Comment down below what you think. If the movie's gonna be good. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.
Jawohl.
What the hell?